have a show. I'm making a little exercise here today. Let me be quiet for 5 minutes. Talk to my producers. I say, Sissy, what about being quiet for 5 minutes before you go live? I feel it now. Does it work, guys? I don't know what do you think, but it feels good. It feels right. As always, I'm very happy to be back. We're going live, Channel 56, going live on the worldwide, on the internet. Last week, we had a really important guest here, Angelica Page. I'm sending my regards to my girl. She's doing a Broadway show, The Best Man, with James Earl Jones and Angela Lansbury. She was here last week. She came with us, and I want to share that. I send in my love and my support to the entire cast. This is a great production. So, said it. I'm going to thank my sponsor so we can go to my guest. He's waiting. You see how he looks at me on the screen and said, oh, that girl, she's out of her mind. Oh, D'Amico's, the best Italian specialties. Madonia's Brothers Bakery. Bruno Hair Salon. I'm doing my job with your hair, keeping it nice. I'm not dyeing my hair anymore. You see, guys, I don't trust my hands. Never again. Chris Kosak, the voice that sells. He's one of our new sponsors. And of course, Mr. Dwayne Harris, Big Mountain Entertainment. He's in the house tonight, and he's presented this incredible guest, a very beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous man with a beard, a singer of folk. How do you pronounce your name? Darren Bradbury?
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
Oh my God, I tell you, Darren, you kind of like, when I saw the picture, for some reason, when I saw your picture on the internet, I said, oh my God, he's gonna scare me a little bit. There's something about you that is very...
Scary?
Not scary, but intimidating, right?
I suppose.
I don't know what it is. I was running the makeup room, and I was hearing you from, I said, oh my God, there's a lot of intensity there. There's a lot of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm 250 pounds. I should be a football player.
Oh, you're a big guy, but you're beautiful. Hey, you got the looks.
Well, I appreciate
You
that.
got the looks, and I'm trying to pick you up, okay? But I have to be good with my guests, right, guys? We have here, before we get into the songs and your story, Tyler Pacquiao. There you are, right there. And Dan Scarpa, right, guys? And we have somebody else behind the camera, number 2. I forgot to ask his name, but anyway, we have him.
His name's Ethan.
Ethan? Okay, well, now we have a whole crowd.
Yeah.
Right? We can talk about you and your music, okay? Big Wilson River. Let's
Yes.
talk about that.
Big Wilson River is a band that I'm in, and we have a nice following in New Jersey. We play Maxwell's, Webster Hall, the usual places.
You have 2 gigs coming up, right?
We
As far as
do.
I'm concerned, Big Wilson, let's see, Maxwell's, that will be March 16.
March 16th,
March 16th.
which is next Friday.
Which is next Friday. Do not miss it, okay?
It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a great show in Webster Hall. That will be May 4th.
May 4th, with a bunch of really great bands, with both with doing stuff with Big Mountain Entertainment and Trunk Rock Records. So.
Okay. I want to talk about you, your
Okay.
music, right from the beginning. Can we go back in time, Darren?
If you'd like.
I would love to. Now you're flirting with me.
Where do you
That's
want to
okay.
start?
I want to start from the beginning.
Oh.
Okay. Do you remember the first memory, going back in time?
Yeah, it was my first conscious memory is hearing "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel at 5 years old. First conscious memory. Everything else before that didn't exist.
Okay, but you were hooked.
I don't know, but yeah, I was hooked. I was a huge Billy Joel fan for a long, long time.
Why?
I don't know, looking back on it, because I'm not crazy about him now. But
You see how we change, right? It's incredible how we change.
no, it's true. It's true. And that was my first memory. And the first song I ever wrote was a ripoff of that song at like 5th grade. And music was just the only thing that I ever did. I don't do anything else. I work and I play music. So that's from sort of high school on. That's all I did.
And I guess with the songs, I want to hear about the writing process. How the
Yeah.
songs come to you and.
I don't write anything down.
Right. Oh no. You
No,
don't?
I just the melody's strong enough, then you don't need to write it down because like a song gets stuck in your head,
Right.
you know. Most of the time, it's just playing with words and words that you think are funny to you, and the words that you think are interesting, and then you'll be sitting at an instrument a couple days later, and you're like, okay, and then that word comes back in a little cloud bubble, and then you're like, oh, I'm playing this guitar part, and then it's just sort of the synergy is beautiful. Besides that, it's just making stuff up. You know,
Right.
it's a lot of fun.
But it's like when you, I mean, how does it work when you're driving, when you're in the subway? I mean, I want to think, like, understand how they come to you, how those ideas, thoughts come to your head and grab you.
You see stuff and you remember it, and then you forget it for a little bit, because if you remember it too much, you're gonna be like, oh, I need to write this song, and then it comes back to you. And it's like when you're young, you write a lot of songs that are high energy, and they're explaining like who you are.
Right.
But when you're older and you're like 25, you're like, I don't want to be 25 with all of these adolescent type things. So you start to get the great thing about the writing process, I think, is that as you get older, you become more mature and things take on a whole new meaning. And you can look at the world in a much funnier way, and you don't have to be so, things can just be what they are.
You see, you make me think now, this guy's a philosopher.
I was a philosophy major in college. Never finished.
That's okay. But you see?
See,
You see my intuition as a woman? I knew it. This guy is a thinker.
Ladies
You
and
know what you're
gentlemen,
doing.
Yeah. Thinking's good. Talking not so
Thinking's
much.
good. And well, I mean, it's related. And I guess with your life and your women and I mean, come on, women, we love to hear a guy with a nice few words. I mean, it's not.
At first.
Then the intensity takes place, and then.
Then no, I don't think so.
You don't
much.
think so,
From
no?
after that, I think that the ideas. I think to women, the idea is nice, and then I think when they realize that that's all you do with your life, then it becomes not so enticing. But I guess I'm
Right.
on TV right now, so I
Yes,
can't be
you
doing
are.
that
You
bad.
should be. You look good. I like the hat. I
Yeah.
like the looks. We're gonna hear you play.
Yeah.
What are we singing now? What are you singing?
This is a new song off of Big Wilson Rivers' album called "My Brain's Still Buffering." That's the working title.
That's the working. I love the working title. It's good. It's all in the process. It's all in the work. So are you ready
I'm ready.
to rock the stage?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna get out and come back. Get out and come back to you. It's all yours.
All right, sure. Traffic is slow, but it's moving. Music playing soft, but it's grooving. Baby's still sick, but she's breathing. And the planes on the tarmac all look like they are sleeping.
Second. Okay, good.
Well, you know I'm really sorry, babe, if I'm staring off into space. I'm just linking with the satellites that are feeding me what to say, 'cause my brain's still buffering. Yeah, my brain is still buffering. I could deal with the world if the world wasn't so loud. And all of these concrete creatures learn to shut their metal mouths, 'cause I'm sleeping. Yeah, I am sleeping. Yeah, I am sleeping. Well, you know I'm really sorry, babe, if I'm staring off into space. I'm just linking with the satellites. Man, they're feeding me what to say, but my brain's still buffering. Yeah, my brain is still buffering.
Nice.
All right.
You see, I know. I'm gonna trip, and I'm here.
It's okay.
Safe on your arms, Darren. You are a thinker.
I am.
You are.
I tried. I mean, sometimes.
Right? I mean, but there's I don't know, it's the intensity and the passion. I'm not a musical critic, okay, but it's, you're pretty intense. What's your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, you guys are always a little stubborn, a little tough to please. Are you tough to please? Oh, come on, let's get into it. I want to hear the nasty details. People want to hear about stuff like that. I want to hear about the gossip, the fire, what turns you on, what turns you off, what drives you crazy. It's too much.
No, it's not too much.
No? Why are you blushing?
Because the songs are supposed to say it, not me. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Oh,
but,
you see? So you guys, like, just hide behind the song?
Oh, I guess. I mean, I picked up a guitar initially because I've always been a big dude and I didn't really feel like exercising, so I decided I could just hide my gut in front of a guitar and it'd be the same thing. So that's kind of my mentality on things. Like, and I'm not trying to like be all blocky.
No.
But I mean, I think a lot. I write a lot. I work at this all the time, and what we do, I guess, is when you just pick up a guitar and scream into something that you wrote and play in front of some people, it just feels better. Everything about life feels better. It makes sense. To me, the only thing that makes sense is songs. Everything else is sort of weird. I don't know if you're familiar with any of Kurt Vonnegut's work, but his absurd understanding of the world is sort of how I see it, where this place is just kind of funny. It's a funny, strange, goofy world. And when you can just look at that and take it in and then put it back out, it feels better. And you can laugh. You know, laughing is one of those emotions that's so close to crying.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you
My
know what
father
I mean?
used to say that.
It's so
I can
close
relate to
that to me it's sort of this synergy of holiness. Not that I'm not a religious man, but it's just pure, you know. And I like to think that what I do is a combination of what's serious and goofy about the world.
No, in your iPod, what kind of music do you listen to? I'm kind of curious.
I listen to a lot of everything. I'm a big Motorhead fan. I'm a big folk fan, I mean, obviously. I really like, I've been really into like, I like dance music, I like all kinds of music. Because the older you get, the more everything just sort of, you can get a little bit, I think I was talking to Dan the other day about, you get older and you're like, it's just a good crafted song, so you're not so specific or picky. I'm a big, but as far as acts go, like Townes Van Zandt, John Prine, but also punk. I've been, so everything across the board. And that's a lot of people these days, just sort of have everything on their iPod.
What about country music?
I love country. I'm a big, Nashville's my favorite city. Best city in the entire world. If I could live in Nashville, I would be there in a heartbeat. It's a wonder. I don't know if you've ever been.
Never.
You should.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Sure. Yeah, I know. But if you go there, maybe I'm not gonna come back here. And I love New York City. What are you talking about?
I don't like
what
New York
do you mean
that much.
Oh, you don't like New York?
No.
Oh no.
It's not that I don't like.
Are we gonna have a fight here?
We can fight. We can fight.
Yeah, can we fight? I mean, how come you don't like New York?
Because when you're raised in Jersey and you're raised right under the shadow of New York, and everything in New York is cooler than New Jersey.
Well, oh come on.
And you're just like, honestly, I can take the bus to you, and it's not that cool. But at the same time, I'm not dissing on New York. It's great, but it's like
it's
being,
overrated.
Here, wait. It's like
so overrated.
No, it's not overrated. It's like being the younger brother to the more successful brother living in New Jersey.
But
because you're like, everyone's like New York, New York, New York, but. You know, you're like, hey, I'm in Jersey.
What's so great about New York anyway? What's so great? Everything.
Central Park, and we can thank Teddy Roosevelt for that.
Yeah, of course. But what about the subways now?
Subways are good. I like the new Sixes and stuff like that. I used to live up here. I used to live up on actually at the 92nd Street Y. I lived here for a year, going to school, and that was.
It's nice, but you're a Jersey boy.
I'm happiest living in my car.
You see, he throws me off with the answers. I can't do my job.
You're doing a great job.
I can't do my job.
I've seen others melt and just be on the floor.
I can't do my job, man. I'm trying to pull it off, but you see what you make me think. I like that. You see, musicians are, what, like a different breed, are you? What do you eat?